And welcome to episode 5 of Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, Mika Gatt, and we have a very special episode today to get to. We have, as always, my panelists, Mr. Ayush and Kyle Pucci on my left, and two special guests today. We got Mr. Ben Chittick and Mr. Collins Amade on my left. No, that's my right. That's my right, that's my left. They're on my right.
Great start.
It's all good. Today, we got a big debate show. We got two Michael Jordan fans over here on my left. Think he's the greatest talent that's ever played basketball. Greatest basketball player of all time. But about a week and a half ago, somebody from Los Angeles just won their 4th championship ring. And these two people on my right, Mr. Collins and Chittick, thinks that he's the greatest player to ever play the sport of basketball. So, we're going to have to debate. All right, boys, let's start it off. Collins, Chittick, why is LeBron the GOAT?
LeBron's the GOAT just because he's the most athletic player to ever play the game. He has won 4 rings. He's gone to 10 finals. MJ's, he has a better story, but the better player, LeBron James.
Fair enough. Collins, what do you think?
Yes, people like to say, oh, Michael Jordan will easily beat LeBron James in a 1v1, but 1v1 basketball is nothing like actual 5v5 basketball, and that's what we're talking about. Being a better basketball player.
Who makes your teammates better.
Exactly.
Who makes your teammates better.
Yeah, that's true. LeBron's elevated the level of his teammates' play. Every team that he's gone on. He's also, let me throw it out there, first ever player, 3 different teams, 3 different championships, 3 different MVPs.
Exactly. You can put him on the worst team.
That's crazy. You think about it. Yeah. Cavs were nothing when he went over there. Kyrie and Kevin Love, are you kidding me?
And then he brings the Cavs to the finals. Next year he leaves. Worst team in the NBA.
Not even who they play in the finals. Greatest team of all time.
Yep.
73 and 9 Warriors.
That's why he has so many finals.
73 and 9.
All right.
Oh my God.
Let's hear the Michael Jordan side. Let's hear it, boys. Start it off.
Okay, first of all, when LeBron left the Cavs, Kyrie was gone the year before, and Kevin Love didn't even play that whole season. You have no All-Stars on that team. It's just a bunch of bench players. Of course, the record's going to be worse. And then, what was your other argument?
Yeah, but LeBron brought that same team to the finals.
Okay, against
Kyrie.
a bunch of crappy teams in the Eastern Conference.
Still, Kevin Love, that's an All-Star. That's an All-Star.
He brought the worst team in the NBA to the finals.
That was not the worst
It was
team
not
in the
the
NBA.
worst team in the
Without
NBA.
LeBron, it was. The very next
No.
Okay, well, they lost Kevin Love.
Kevin Love was injured.
For 2
not?
games in the Boston series.
Yeah, in the finals he was injured, yeah.
It was just LeBron.
Which year is this that he was injured? What,
The
2000?
first year they played the Warriors.
Okay, he still had a 2 games to 1 lead.
No, not the
Last
first
year,
one.
last
Last year. My bad. Last year. But he was also injured the first year they played the Warriors too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
He was too.
And
Both,
Kyrie then.
Yeah,
too.
both times.
Of course, so that's the excuse for him blowing a 2 games to 1
MJ,
lead.
look at the teammates he has.
Have you seen who LeBron has? He ran after.
Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and
after Dan Gilbert claimed that LeBron quit against the Celtics in the 2010 playoffs, he runs away and takes his talent to South Beach for Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
Then what happened to Miami Heat when LeBron left? Did
What
they make the playoffs?
Okay, well, Dwayne Wade, who else left? Who left that year too? Dwayne Wade left. Chris Bosh was gone because he had heart clots or blood clots, whatever he had. He was also gone. Of course, they're not going to be as good. If you lose the entire big 3, yeah, they're going to suck, which is what they did.
It was Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, but Dwayne Wade's not the best backup or the best Robin sidekick of all time. That's Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, but MJ helped develop Scottie Pippen. Dwayne Wade was already
Scottie
Dwayne
Pippen?
Wade.
Who was Scottie Pippen before Michael Jordan? What did he do?
Rookie.
Yeah.
He's a top 50 player of all
He
time.
got drafted.
He is not a top 50 player of all time.
He is.
Give me
Scottie
no.
Pippen?
He is not a top
Scotty's
50
top
player.
50.
Oh, he what?
Yeah,
He did it.
Scotty-
He did not.
Scotty's top
Without
50.
Michael Jordan, he did nothing.
Without Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, nothing.
No, without Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen's nothing. Scottie Pippen wasn't himself until Michael Jordan helped him make
can
him
make
play.
that-
So
What
you
happened when
Pippen
Scottie
is a
Pippen
great
didn't play?
player.
What happened when Scottie Pippen wasn't on the boat?
Yeah, when he went to Houston, right? After the Bulls, or did he go to
No,
Portland?
like when remember when
happened when
he
he got
decided not
hurt?
to play. He decided not to play because
Yep.
he didn't get enough money or something.
Yeah, and the Bulls still had 57 wins that year?
55 and 27 that year.
And then they won the finals that year too?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They didn't win
not.
the finals, but they still made the playoffs at a good record. And you can make that same case for LeBron saying, "Oh, what was Jordan without Pippen? What was LeBron without D Wade and Chris Bosh? What was
LeBron
he?
LeBron made the finals with the Cavs, and
Who did he beat?
Who did he beat?
he didn't win the finals.
No, but
Yeah,
in the
he
Eastern
didn't.
Conference,
We're talking about who did he
beat the
who did he
Pistons without
beat?
Ben Wallace and Tayshaun Prince were the 2 best players.
Oh.
All right, let me throw something out there. Let's talk about overall playoffs. So LeBron James has been notoriously known for not ever losing a first-round playoff matchup, right? Never lost in the first round. Michael Jordan, before the 90s really happened, I mean...
Lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, he was really garbage. I mean, he had Horace Grant, so it's not like he didn't have anyone. Him and Horace Grant were pretty good, but at the same time, I could see why you're saying Michael Jordan has 6 rings and LeBron only has right now 4.
Okay, first of all, Mika, Horace Grant only came in '88. That was 5 years without him. And
All right.
Pippen wasn't there either.
Can you remind me some of the teams he also lost to compared to what LeBron was beating at that time?
Go ahead, tell me.
You had the Celtics dynasty with the big 3. Then you also had the bad boy Pistons. Nothing compared to what LeBron was playing against in a garbage way. LeBron played nothing compared to those
All right,
teams.
so if LeBron's team, say if the Cavs were on the Western Conference, right?
Yeah.
If LeBron still went to the finals, each year, even if it was on the Western Conference, would you say that's not his matchups are still bad?
If he were in the Western Conference, you got me on that.
Yeah, but he's not in the.
But he's not in the
Now,
Western
the
Conference.
players now are better than they were.
Oh, just flopping like every single play like they
Bro,
always
the
do.
They're better
NBA,
athletes,
you guys,
better.
everyone always talks about how this generation's NBA is they're bad at defense. It's not that just they're bad at defense, just the offensive.
You can't even hand check people anymore.
You
Like, there's
can't
so many
touch anybody without
You
fouling.
have to guard people from half court now.
That's like 5. That's like 5. But it's like Steph, Trey Young, Dame, and that's
But
everyone else is
If you
inconsistent.
breathe on somebody going up for a shot, it's a foul. You get hit in the
that-
90s. If
So
LeBron
we're
played
talking
10 games in the
eras now?
90s,
We're
he'd be in the
talking eras?
infirmary.
Switch over to the eras. Talk about the eras that
Actual
LeBron's playing in.
players.
Talk about the 2000s and the 2010s versus the 80s and the 90s. Talk about the 2 eras.
The super team era. I mean, that's what accounts for most of LeBron's losses in the finals.
That's fair.
Jordan didn't have to play those.
And the beginning of
Warriors?
LeBron's career wasn't really a switch in eras because he was in the NBA right when MJ retired.
Okay,
MJ
so
retired 2003. LeBron got drafted 2002.
okay, so your point about facing the Warriors. So what was his excuse when he lost to Dallas in
All
2011?
right, that's the only one I could say that.
He
was
had
got
8
outscored
points
by
in
a
a finals
bench
game.
player.
That was bad. That was bad.
You have 8 points in a finals game, and Jason Terry is just cooking you every single play.
I mean, come on, like that's why you can't make the excuse that he didn't have enough help the first year against the Spurs in 07 against Cleveland. We saw when he had Wade and Bosh, he lost to an 8-seed Mavericks team.
And then what happened the 2 years after that? 2 years, next few years, what happened?
They beat the 16-year-old Oklahoma City Thunder in the next championship.
I don't think they were 16. I think Kevin Durant was a couple years before his MVP.
LeBron loses this, that. This is something.
Well,
something
it
LeBron
was
wins.
before Harden was James Harden, and Russell Westbrook and KD, like, they were still young at that point. They didn't know how to win yet.
Alright, so what about the Spurs?
The Spurs,
Yeah,
in what, 2014?
yeah, when they beat them.
You mean Kawhi who shut down LeBron and got Finals MVP? Yeah.
No. He's talking about when Ray Allen made the game.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. When
Ray Allen.
when he
That was
missed
a good one.
when he missed a 3 so bad,
Okay.
it went out to Chris Bosh. Ray Allen
It was bad.
saves
It hit the
LeBron's
rim.
legacy with the
Otherwise,
clutchest
why
shot
do you
of all
keep
time.
saying, like, oh, LeBron gets locked up, all this?
I didn't say
LeBron's a good
LeBron
player.
gets locked up.
He's nasty.
If he got locked up, why?
So was Michael Jordan.
All right, Michael Jordan passed it to Steve Kerr.
He's a great scorer.
Ooh, that's a Ray Allen,
And
Steve Kerr.
Paxton.
Ray Allen, Steve
okay,
Kerr.
And Paxton.
He passed it. LeBron bricked a 3 so bad it went out to Ray Allen for 3, and he hit the
and then
clutchest
when
shot in NBA history.
LeBron passes to Danny Green. Oh, LeBron should.
No, that was a good play. Everyone who's saying that wasn't a good play is just stupid. Like, that was the right move to make to pass to Danny Green.
Was the right move. I'm not denying
Yeah,
that.
no one's gonna. I'm not.
All right.
Alright,
All right. One of my main points is LeBron. We said this earlier. LeBron makes the team absolutely better. He could join the Knicks right now and make them.
That's true. They make them play. Yeah, they make the playoffs for sure. They go really far in the playoffs too.
Make the Eastern
They-
Conference.
really?
I don't know far, but I
really
think
far in the playoffs?
maybe they did make the
Okay,
playoffs.
so what did we say when LeBron went to the Lakers 2 years ago? He's going to take them Western Conference Finals, right? Oh yeah, he made them
That was
so much
different.
better
He
that
was
they
hurt. He was hurt.
They were 21-20 when he
Yeah, he
came
was
back.
hurt that year.
Okay, they were 1 game out of the playoffs. Why couldn't he get them in with 20 games left in the season?
Because he was hobbled still.
Oh, so is that why he said, I'm going to turn on the playoff mode? Playoff mode activated. And he lost. He
even
sucked.
admitted after that year he was just trying to, like, get himself fired up
And
by
there was
saying that. But
that
oh
year
my
they was-
God,
that year
that's
they
just-
were trying to get AD. They thought they were going to get AD.
that's
but
true.
it
Yeah, they
didn't
tried
happen.
to like ship everybody out of there, and then even Kyle Kuzma, they tried to throw him in.
Classic. Doesn't have enough
AD
help.
was playing for
Doesn't
the
have enough
Pelicans that
help.
year when he
I
didn't
forgot.
even want to. Like, he was just playing to play.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, LeBron really didn't. It was. I think it was the second worst team he was on since like the 2007 Cavs.
Exactly.
I mean, that
So,
Cavs team was.
if
crazy.
MJ's always had such a good supporting cast, why does he have the 2 least like Out of all the finals winning teams, MJ's played with two of the least high scoring supporting casts.
Hey, let's talk about MJ a little bit.
takes
All
all the
right?
shots.
Talk about MJ.
He's averaged 40. He's averaged 12.
Because he doesn't make assists.
So that's why he averaged 31, 11, 7, 3 steals, and 1.4 blocks in his first finals.
I mean, okay.
How do you not?
I mean, you
that's
just said he doesn't pass the
That's
ball.
11 and a half assists a
he
game in the
said-
finals.
Well, how come his teammates didn't score as much? Because that's not what the role was.
Yeah.
That role
His
is
role was his role was
Play
to score.
defense.
That's it.
Okay, so hold up a second. So LeBron, the most assists he's ever averaged in a finals is 10. MJ's averaged 11 in the finals. Like, what's up with that then? If his only job is to score, what's that?
Who averaged more assists in the playoffs over their career? That's LeBron.
Okay.
And in the
So
season,
it was one finals then. That's it.
Well, one finals. What you're saying is
about
MJ
the
can't
other
pass the
finals?
ball. You're saying basically his only
No,
job
he
was to
can.
score.
He can pass the ball, but that's not what his number one job was. LeBron's a more three-dimensional player.
I just brought up the point of why MJ's teammates weren't scoring.
Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times and also made 9 All-NBA defensive first teams. LeBron has only 5 NBA first teams. You're talking the best player all around, the best defensive
NBA
player and the
first
best
team?
offensive player.
MJ's the best. He's way better defensively.
No.
You said Michael Jordan has more first team?
No,
Yes,
he
he
doesn't.
does.
No,
Yes.
I said first defensive teams. My
Yeah,
bad.
because I was gonna say. I mean, first.
He doesn't.
team
Yeah,
All-NBA.
well, LeBron's
LeBron has
played
the
more
most in
years, so he's gonna have more of those.
He has
But
the
the
most
crazy
in
thing
NBA
about
history.
LeBron.
Well, yeah, because he's been around for about 30
in the
years.
year he's played, he's done
Okay,
something
that's
work.
thank you. He's
LeBron's
been around
also
for a
second
long
all-time
time.
in
Okay,
terms of
durability does not count your GOAT case.
That's
What
it.
other player has been this dominant for this long throughout so many different?
Okay,
eras?
so
Yeah, he's so
MJ didn't
dominant.
re-
He's lost 6 NBA
Dude,
championships.
MJ
Am I
retired 2
missing
years in his
something?
prime.
He's played the war. Oh my god.
This is making my case. He beats nothing in the Eastern Conference, and then he goes to the finals and gets
No,
smoked.
What about he was Western Conference this year? He's been all around the league. He does it with every team.
Can I just remind you the teams he played? He played the Trailblazers 8 seed.
All right,
Just
say-
bad. Then he faced the 5'2" tall Houston Rockets.
So
then he gets the
he's beaten
Nuggets.
in the playoffs has been trash.
He had one of the
All right.
easiest cakewalks to the finals this year.
Did
Not
the
even
Warriors-
close.
The Warriors not.
Did you even see the team he played in the finals this year?
What
The
about?
Mi-
All right, so you want to talk about what about MJ?
He made it.
I mean,
look like
MJ in the
best
finals.
team.
MJ in the finals. Did he play better teams than his team?
Oh, here's the thing. MJ played the Supersonics, Gary Payton, and you got Sean Kemp.
Both of them averaged 20
Hall of
points.
Famers. Both Hall of Famers. If we're talking about
Hey,
that season, though,
Telling me
Played
Gary
more.
Payton's not good.
That's a good point.
But they
He played
both did
more
not
Hall of
average
Famers
20
in the
points.
finals. LeBron. He's played more Hall of Famers than Jordan.
This year, he
One of the
played
Hall
a
of
team
Famers.
with a starting lineup of Goran Dragic, Duncan Robinson, Jay Crowder, Jimmy Butler,
All-Stars
and
on that
Bam
team.
Adebayo.
Two All-Stars.
Bam didn't
Two
even play.
All-Stars on that team.
That's the
Goran
team.
Dragic got injured, and then Bam
That's the team
Adebayo
that
got
beat
injured.
The Bucks beat the Celtics.
Exactly.
Okay, the Celtics.
And the Pacers too.
Yeah, so I mean,
They were the 5 seed.
they were a really good team.
Yeah, because they just didn't.
They proved it.
Because those other, it was about the other teams losing. The Celtics were terrible in that series, and so was Milwaukee.
Well,
Also,
the
it doesn't
better
help
team
when you lose
always
Bam
wins.
Adebayo.
It's not the better team
All right,
always
yes,
wins.
it
That's
is.
Are you
so
talking
were the
about-
Mavericks better than the Lakers when they beat them in
Or
2011?
Yes.
No,
Were they a better team than the Heat?
Yeah, I mean, if
That's
they,
just not
whoever
true.
wins, if you win a series, you're a
Alright.
better team. I mean, you can't
But-
dispute that.
That's just.
But Jordan
no.
in the finals, he's played terrible competition. I know. Yes, it's literally the same thing you're saying. The Western Conference was good, but it wasn't as good as it is now.
The Eastern Conference was only bad for a couple years.
All right. Well,
And if you
I'm-
put LeBron on the Western Conference when they played the Warriors, he's still making it out of the West.
so you're telling me he's beating that Golden State team if
Like-
he's in the Western
Maybe not the
Conference?
Kevin Durant
Alright,
team.
say they
maybe
switch.
not that.
Say
That
they
team was
switch.
stacked.
Golden State goes to
that
the East
team was a
and Cavs
cheat
go
code.
to the West. It's still going to be the same thing. Cavs versus the Warriors.
Yeah, and the difference is,
So how is the Eastern Conference that much bad?
well, it's terrible. The Eastern Conference, it's horrible. Can you even
my
name?
gosh,
Can you name me a single team you remember from the past 10 years?
Paul George and the Pistons.
Oh my God! He was a one-man show on that team.
All right, other than the Warriors on that Western Conference team, what was the second best team? The Rockets.
The Spurs too.
The
Okay,
Spurs
so
were
that-
around for.
OKC had
What
Russell
was
Westbrook,
Oklahoma
didn't he?
City? What were they for 5 years ago? What were the Thunder?
Yeah, with Thunder fan over here. We got OKC fan.
But like they lost 3-1 to the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They blew it. That was the Warriors team that went 73-9.
Okay, and since you're saying LeBron faced better competition, I just want to say MJ faced teams with more All-NBA players, all-defense players. Average opponent had a better record than LeBron's teams. Better opponent win percentage, more 50-win opponents, and more 60-win opponents.
I'm saying the players overall in this era are better.
Facts.
Yeah, but the teams are worse.
Relative to the players back then.
different, but skill-wise, it's way harder to guard
If
NBA
Michael-
now
if-
than before.
Nowadays, there's way more players playing just worldwide. There's the games on a worldwide stage.
Yeah, but that was MJ who made the game so popular.
Point guards in the NBA right now. Back then, you was not seeing nothing.
If Michael Jordan played in this era today,
he would dominate.
he'd
Same with
average
LeBron,
50
not-
points a game.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
He
He'd get-
averaged 41 in
You
the
know how
final
many
series.
free throw calls he would get? The way superstars are favored in today's NBA, Michael Jordan is getting at least 20 free throws a game.
Not 20,
The way
but 15.
the way Harden gets free throws, Jordan is gonna.
Giannis, Harden, yeah.
But is it valid to say like Brown would dominate or Jordan's era?
He wouldn't
No,
be as
he
good as he
wouldn't.
was
How can you
today.
say that?
He wouldn't
How can
dominate
you
in
say-
that era.
How can you?
It's
how
a more
can you say that
physical
if
era.
LeBron got
There's
bigger
no
and stronger
defense
than
in this
everybody
era.
else.
There's zero
LeBron-
defense.
Oh my God!
So
LeBron
every
was in the
player
NBA
now would do worse back then.
He wouldn't be as good as he is. I'm not saying he
LeBron
wouldn't be
got drafted
great,
in
but he's not going to
2003.
have what he
LeBron-
has right now if he
LeBron
played in the
got drafted-
90s or the
LeBron-
80s.
LeBron got drafted 2003. That is literally the year MJ retired.
You're talking about
Is
40-year-old
LeBron
MJ and the
making
Wizards?
8 straight NBA finals if he's in the 80s and
NBA not-
90s?
So the
Yes.
NBA changed when in 2003.
No, but I mean, you can't just say MJ and the Wizards is like his,
No, I'm not saying he was. I'm saying, but that was still kind of his era, right?
no, because his era was the 90s. He just was on the Wizards for 2 years.
But didn't you say he finished 13th in MVP voting on the Wizards? When he was first year on the Wizards, what did you say, Kyle? Before he got injured, he was in 10th
This was
place.
Ayush.
Yeah,
said
no,
that.
yeah,
And what-
He finished 13th in MVP voting on that.
On the Wizards. He was garbage on the Wizards. Like,
How was
complete
25,
He was
6, and
washed
6
by
guard?
then.
Yeah, but he still
Can you
finished 13th.
ever imagine
in
LeBron
MVP
being
voting.
25, 6, and 6 is like right below LeBron's career averages. So how is that bad? How was 20? Who complains about 25 6 and 6? He was like
For a
40 years
39,
old at
yeah.
that point.
That's
All
true.
right. So
Pretty good. But
all right,
39.
All right, let's go back to the point I said. LeBron makes every team better. If Michael Jordan made the Chicago Bulls better, right?
Yes.
Yes. So when he left to go play baseball, they won 55 games still.
Yeah. Well, what
they
did
were
they?
still a really good team.
And they got eliminated from the playoffs.
No, that's Patrick
immediately.
Ewing. That's Patrick. Patrick Ewing in his prime was a little. He was when Michael Jordan left. Patrick Ewing became the best player in that series combined. Between everybody left on the Bulls and the Knicks when they played each other, Patrick Ewing was the best
LeBron
player.
leaves a team.
It was.
They don't even come close to the playoffs.
Wait, so you said so Scottie Pippen's a top 50 player, right?
But Patrick Ewing's probably top 30.
Okay, but
Okay.
If he's still a top 50 player, why didn't they beat the Knicks team? If Jordan doesn't make that team better,
But I'm not
why didn't
talking
they
about
win?
when they played with Jordan. Without Jordan, when Collins just said when he played baseball, it was literally just Scotty and Dennis Rodman. Was Dennis Rodman even there yet?
Dennis Rodman came for the second.
Okay, well you can't
Yeah,
even
I don't
bring
think
that
he was
up because
there.
they didn't win. Like they didn't even make the conference finals that year.
I'm just saying. I was just throwing out some information.
Playoffs.
Okay, they made the.
Didn't the Heat make the playoffs before the LeBron? They just won.
No, they won
won a
2006.
championship.
2006, yeah. No, 2006 they did win the championship. Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal.
No, I'm talking about after.
Yeah,
LeBron
50-year-old Shaq won a
no,
championship.
but like-
in
So did
Miami.
40-year-old Dikembe Mutombo made the championship
When
in
LeBron left
2001.
the Heat didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, but Dwayne Wade was
true.
Yes, they did. They made the play a year before. Yes, they did. Look it up.
They won 30-something games.
Do you want to look it up right now?
Look it up.
All right. What year did LeBron go to Miami Heat?
I think it was 2010.
No, I'm talking about when he left Miami Heat.
When he
Year
left the
after,
Miami
yes.
Heat? Oh, when he left. Oh, I thought you said before the playoffs.
Before they had Shaq.
Before they had.
They had Shaq and they had
All right.
prime D-Wade. Well, D-Wade's in his prime during LeBron's and Shaq's career in Miami. Yeah. But my question is, let's say, let me just throw it a little differently. Let's say we're talking about overall athleticism and overall player. Not one-on-one, but who's just the better athlete?
Brown.
How does that
Okay,
make him a
well, why
better
does that
player?
make any like
Aaron Gordon can jump like 5'6" over his Taco Fall. It doesn't mean he's a great player.
LeBron just his presence makes his teammates.
I mean,
But that
that's a
doesn't
tough
mean that
question.
doesn't
They're
mean
both-
anything with
Who's
athleticism.
stronger, faster,
Obviously,
more inspirational.
They're both incredible athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not. No disrespect to either athlete.
Don't even sleep on Jordan. He
LeBron
dunks from the
has the
free throw
edge
line.
in terms of his physicality.
That's true. That is true. No, but can LeBron dunk from the free throw line?
Probably he doesn't choose to
Yes.
go in a dunk contest.
I think he could.
Yes, bro.
No, I've never seen
Maybe
him.
not now in his prime.
I mean, I don't know. I never saw it.
Well,
I
he's
don't
still sort of in his prime.
He's still in his prime, bro.
And he's gonna be in his prime for a while more.
until he retires.
It's never gonna end.
No,
So how long? Collins,
Can you
how many
imagine
rings?
LeBron being trash?
Yeah.
Depends on how old are you talking?
Yeah, that's
Like if he plays
the
like
next next 5 years, do you think?
Okay, he
LeBron
will
trash?
still be playing at a high level in 5 years, but he's not going to be as good as he is right now.
And he doesn't rely purely on his athleticism. He's going to be good for a long time.
A lot of those athletes who rely on
He's a floor general. He makes everybody around him
I will
better.
give you that he's a better facilitator than Michael Jordan is. I'll give you that, but that doesn't make the whole case.
That's why all those NBA players who rely on that athleticism, like Vince Carter, Kobe, they're just
LeBron and Kobe, same era.
They don't
Same era.
last. They don't last as long.
Because you're athletic, that doesn't mean it makes you better than the other player.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's fair, yeah.
That's fair. That's a good.
More longevity though.
Like a 1v1 comparison is also stupid because okay, sure, Michael Jordan probably, because LeBron he's a much bigger player. Michael Jordan was you put any point who would you say is a better player, Magic Johnson or who's any big man
Ben Simmons? I thought you meant point good big men right now. Anthony Davis.
Yes, Anthony. Who's probably gonna win a 1-on-1?
Well,
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson's tall too.
But it depends on what age Magic Johnson was. Depends, because Magic Johnson.
1-on-1 is not. That's not real bad.
Yeah, it's not the point.
You can't say.
I'm just talking about the people who are saying one of them is better because they beat them in a 1-on-1. No, that's not true. It's a stupid comparison.
In a 5-on-5 situation, I think LeBron's passing and floor general facilitating gets him the edge because he can score at any moment with his strength and his shooting. I mean,
LeBron could. LeBron could average 35 points. That's not his game.
All right,
that's not his game. His game is to dish the rock when he.
I have a good question for both of you right now. You're talking about shooting. Wait. Let me just quickly ask.
Let's talk about shooting.
91-91. Point. There's 3 seconds left. Is it LeBron or is it Michael Jordan taking that last shot?
Let me give you a stat. In the
Who's taking that last
finals,
shot?
Not even close. It's Michael Jordan.
LeBron does have the most game winners.
look at this.
But who has more game winners in the finals?
How many more games has he played?
Oh my god.
A lot more. He's been there a lot more.
MD's 4 of 8 on game winners. LeBron is 0 and 6.
He's been in the finals for
Not
a
in
decade.
he hasn't had a game winner in the finals.
I mean, not in the. How about against the Raptors?
Ayush, can you say
against the Pacers?
No.
He had plenty of game
He
winners.
has big moments.
Shut up. No.
Wait, Ayush, can you say that again?
In
I
the
missed it the
finals
first
and
time.
game winners / tiers under 25 seconds, LeBron is 0 for 6, MJ's 4 of 8.
You're talking finals.
Yeah, that's what it matters most. What game is more important than the finals?
To get to the finals.
The finals is the most important series.
Did you guys just hear that, or did I just miss it?
That's a very small part of the overall game. That's the last 15 seconds of the game.
25, but that's the last possession.
One game to save your life, LeBron or Michael Jordan.
It's MJ.
It's MJ. It's not even close.
One game?
It's Michael
What do you
Jordan. If you're gonna die
If it's
tomorrow,
game 7.
depending on
if it's game 7, and you're looking
it
for.
It depends. There's who's on each team. I mean, it's not just
depends on
one
the
player.
matchups, how they're shooting. LeBron has a better 3-point percentage than Michael Jordan.
it's like
Okay, but they didn't take
1%.
threes back then.
Who had the
They didn't
best?
take threes back
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
really.
Three
They really
was
didn't.
not taken
It was
nearly as
the
important as it
3-point
was
line was
today.
pretty much used and utilized once the 21st
The 90s
century
was a circus shot,
That's why
a
you can't say
three-pointer in the
that defense is
90s.
that much worse than it was before.
Because all they were doing is defending the 2-point line.
Hand checking was there, and
I mean, the bad boy Pistons would punch someone in the face and see if they would get the call.
yes, but right now people are shooting from the logo.
Okay, well that's with Dame Lillard, Steph Curry. That's it. That's it.
People doing that too.
There's centers.
Well, you're making. Well,
They're not gonna
yeah,
make
you're
it.
making it.
They're
It's a
not gonna make it.
different game today as it
Shoot it.
was a
They're not-
while
oh,
ago.
shooting threes.
They're
Shooting threes, yeah.
stretch
Exactly, it's way much harder to guard
The
people.
game has
Okay,
changed
you
a
meant from the
lot,
half court, yeah.
and LeBron has adapted his game to be able to
Exactly.
play in today's game.
When he
That's fair.
when he first got drafted, the game was not like that at all.
Nope.
At all.
It was more like Jordan's era.
It was
No,
more
it was
like
just
He's
Tim
improved-
Duncan and
He's
the
improved
big
his
person.
3-point shooting, all aspects of his game, he's adapted.
MJ still shot 33% from 3. LeBron shot 36. It's not like it's that big of a difference.
But
LeBron James, I'm pretty sure his career free throw percentage is what,
He has a
75%?
better field goal percentage from twos too.
Yeah, he has better field goal percentage.
Okay, well, what
He's
about?
very efficient.
And look, you
So
guys
do free throws don't matter?
Oh yeah. Free throws, Jordan has it, but
He has it by a freaking landslide. He has almost 90% compared to LeBron's 75.
LeBron's never been a very good free throw
Michael
shooter.
Jordan has 8%.
If you can't shoot free throws, you're disqualified from the GOAT discussion.
That's not true.
I don't think. No, Kyle, that's not true.
Come on, dude.
No, Kyle.
How many times have you
Okay,
seen
Kyle, if we're
LeBron?
gonna talk,
How many times have you seen LeBron at the end of a game?
Klay Thompson has like a 95% free throw shooting. Or Curry.
How many
on.
times at the end of a game have you seen LeBron miss
It's
free
not a free
throws?
throw contest. It's overall player.
LeBron's gonna hit the free throw. Yes, his free throw percentage is low, but he's gonna hit the free
And
throw.
he's not like a terrible free throw
Yeah,
shooter.
he's
He's
not
just not a
like-
great free throw
And
shooter.
let's just rewind to what you guys said earlier. LeBron's getting all the calls. It's a soft league. So Michael Jordan, when he gets called,
It's
when
not really a soft.
compared
Yeah,
to
it's
the
so bad.
It's a soft league.
Compared to the
Games
90s.
have the
Compared
games
to the
are played
90s, it's
differently
softer.
now.
Compared to the
You can't
90s.
hit anybody by mistake without it being a flagrant
The
review.
players themselves are not any softer.
Yeah, but the rules are.
The rules are
Yeah, the
softer.
rules
Because like
But
even
that's-
the Celtics Raptors series, someone got
the
touched in the
players can't
face.
do anything about that.
Okay, you have Marcus Smart and Kyle Lowry. What is that? What is that?
That's not softness. That's a strategy. They're trying to
It's
win.
not.
To be
It's
a
also
flop
softness
on-
because you need to flop in order to get called.
If they're going to get rewarded with it
smart.
with a foul call, why would you not do that?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why everybody calls for fouls now. Everybody's whining for fouls. It's because of that.
Okay, so that's why LeBron is getting free throws, so he just has a lot more opportunities to hit those free throws. that
Okay,
Michael
so
Jordan didn't have.
if you're
No,
okay, so we're
I don't
imagining.
think there's more free throws now.
Then in the 90s?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Really?
I'm
Harden himself
100%
shoots more
sure
than-
that.
What do you guys think? You guys tell me.
Main points come from.
I mean, that's a couple players. LeBron, it's not like he gets tons and tons of
Exactly.
calls.
LeBron, anytime he drives to the basket, is getting that call.
No, he
Yes.
usually makes it. You don't see LeBron. You rarely see LeBron get.
But that
contested
also
for a
proves
layup.
how physically dominant he is. He can get to the rim at
And
any
no one's saying
moment.
LeBron's not a good athlete. Like
LeBron is a
Alright.
point guard.
That's true. All right, so wait. I want, before we end the show, I want your closing statements. I want you, in pretty much, each of you, in pretty much like a sentence, say why is LeBron or MJ the GOAT? You guys start.
MJ has like every record for points scored in playoffs. He's definitely more clutch. He has a higher percentage of game winners. I mean, he's gonna win you the game. Like that's what matters most, if you win or not, and he's gonna win.
One person has killer instinct, the other one doesn't. And when it matters most, Jordan will be there for you. LeBron won't be there for you. LeBron instead of being the GOAT is the finals failure of all time.
All right, let's switch it over to LeBron's side. Final statements, boys.
LeBron, he's the greatest team of all time. Just him. You put him on any team, they're going to the finals. That's what I think. I think that he is all around just a better, more complete player. He dominates all aspects of the game. He's awesome. He's just an awesome player.
Colin, what you think?
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. He makes any team better. He has way more longevity than Michael Jordan. I don't think he will ever be trashed. Even if he's 40, he'll still dominate. Because he's one of those players. He is one of the most athletic players in the league. But the thing is, he doesn't have to rely on his athletic ability to score or do things to get the team to win.
That's true. Well, a lot of thanks to you guys for coming on, talking a lot of Michael Jordan versus LeBron debate. So this is a special Michael Jordan LeBron show about, I don't know who won. It was a really good debate. I'm gonna be honest. It was really fair. A lot of punches thrown. No black eyes though, which is good. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you guys have any suggestions, always reach out to info@dsctv.com. Always up here. And next week we'll be back with most likely, hopefully, a college football segment with two other special guests. But as always, thank you, Collins. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Ayush. I'm Mika Get. We'll see you back here next Friday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.